welcome to the newest indoor adventure in the Four Keeps Winter Part 8. Today is January 11th, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards Where Anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on our Discord and get those answers answered. We'll get those questions answered on Patreon. The link to the Discord can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the link down below in the description of this video. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube, Twitch, all of those other great places, and you're thinking to yourself, where can I go to help support this amazing show even more? Guess what, buddy? We got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.patreon or redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, clocks, shower curtains, aprons, and most importantly, in the year 2021, we also have Tia masks. That's right, we have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, done by our very own Cyberwolf1201, and all of the proceeds of those face masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So, if you would like to help support a good cause, or possibly help support this show, you can go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Again, that is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, but today I'll be playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric.
Hi everybody, I'm LBHackEmUp, and you can find me at LBHackEmUp. Today, I am going to be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter.
Hoi, I'm Cyber. I play Arjhan. We both use he, him pronouns. Arjhan's a draconian fighter. No, he's not. He's a ranger. There we go.
Oh god. Hi everybody, I'm Wings. I'm playing as Cori, the Elegant Paladin. We're both she, her.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, your group ended up being successful in your revolutionary attempt in the illustrious fortress. It was at that point that you realized that there were quite a few individuals that had ended up losing their lives for this glorious revolution, and most of the time that you had left going before heading out, making your way towards Caelum, was spent with Caelum helping carve the names of those that they had lost on the inner walls of the inner fortress. Your group then received the boon of the pack hunters, the deep werewolves that exist in the Feydark, who gave you this boon that you were basically have a non-detection on you for the next 10 days from leaving the illustrious fortress. On the second day, however, after leaving with Caelum having gained the access to a Phantom Steed spell, Cori decided that she was going to attempt to try and change out of her Raven form back into her Fall form. And it was at this point that quite old secret for Cori came to light for the rest of you. And as she expressed that she was fine, Caelum, you watched as flecks of her form, almost like mud caked on, began to fall off, and you saw what looked like this deep star field underneath. Cori's eyes now having a black sclera, purple iris. You get the sense, the unshakable sense, that Shar's magic is at work here. And when we last left off, Caelum had cast Tensor's transformation onto himself, staring at Cori, who said that they were doing fine. And Gwen, you had also caught wind that not all was right in the Feydark. So that is where we are going to pick up this week, is Caelum. You currently have Tensor's transformation on you, and you're got a lot of weapons on you. What's going on?
He's going to level the greatsword, pointing it at Cori. How long have you been working for Shar?
What?
Yeah, what?
He'll kind of motion with the greatsword up and down. All of these markings, all of this pointing to her.
If Cori looks down at herself, can she see that
Oh, yeah.
something has changed?
And Cori, as you look down, you actually see what looks like the inner part of a mask. The mask being your own facial makeup, sort of like resting on the ground haphazardly.
She just looks down at her hands, and she says, I don't This wasn't supposed to... Don't look at me. And she's gonna cast Scatter.
Counterspell. 5th level.
Okay.
Oh, I can't, as Tensors is up. Never mind.
Yep.
So if you are an unwilling participant, you must make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, boy.
It was a 21.
All right, you make it.
And a 26 also will.
Okay.
How's a 10?
10's not gonna work. She sends Gwen 120 feet in one direction and herself 120 feet in the other, and she hits the ground running.
Gwen starts running back over. What the fuck is going on?
I give chase.
Okay.
I will call for my new best friend.
So I think this is a good spot for us to roll initiative. As we have people running, giving chase, calling unseen friends. It seems like a pretty standard fare. So let's roll into that. What's everybody's numbers?
12.
Whoa. D&D Beyond is chugging tonight.
18.
17. Sorry.
That's okay.
5.
You fucking would be right now.
Yeah.
So at the top of the initiative order, as it would so happen, Caelum. And Caelum, Cori is currently 120 feet away from where you are, just running.
He is going to... dismiss Tensors on himself, and he has to roll a con save, which he passes. Cast haste on himself, and then using his Blessing of the Raven Queen, teleport 30, and then fly 60.
Okay.
And as he's getting closer to Cori, he's going to shout at her. How long have you been in her pocket?
Okay, and you are about 30 feet away from where Cori would be. Yes. Okay, so Caelum yells, how long have you been in her pocket? Gwen. All right, so Gwen.
I'm sorry, is it my turn?
Yes, it is. So Gwen,
Okay, I'm sorry.
you got bamfed 120 feet back. You see Cori running away. Caelum drops his ability to use and wield a greatsword like the best of them. Instead, casts a different spell on himself, bamfs, and then flies for an additional 60 feet. And
Well,
yep. So you are now close to around 200 feet away from your friends.
okay, cool. Boy, I would like to... I'm trying to think of the fastest way I can get over there, but I think it's pretty much just running at this point. I'm gonna call Cluzo and see if I can get him to come over. The Displacer Beast.
Right. Make an animal handling check.
As I am running. 10! This dice has rolled 3 10s already tonight.
So the Displacer Beast sort of like, as you're calling for it, looks up at you from its paws, just gives a big yawn and kind of like hunkers back down. And you look over and your 3 werewolf companions are all just like, hands up like, what the absolute fuck is happening? This has been a wild 12 seconds for everybody.
Yeah, Gwen's gonna like, I don't know, man, and just start booking it. I don't have my
Question. For purpose of mobility, how far away can you summon a spirit?
It's like 30 feet.
Gotcha.
So I can, let's see. No, you can 15 feet. And then I can move it up to 30 feet. And then I can switch places with it. But doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to, I guess, use my bonus action to, because I don't have my Echo Shard gauntlets up. I was thinking about that. And I can't like use them to bamf away to Thunderstep. But I can action surge. Can I do that and dash twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you move speed, dash, action surge, dash again, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna tell you no. You're hoofing it.
Yeah. Caelum, calm down. Somebody explain to me what's going on.
And so Gwen, what's your movement speed? 35?
35.
Right? 35. So you would get 35, 70, 105. So you're roughly, you're like 30 feet away from where you started had Cori not seeming you away.
Yeah. I think she's gonna look to Arjhan like, a little help here. Because she can basically only run at this point. I mean, I guess I could jump, but that's not gonna help very much. So that's my turn.
Okay. Arjhan.
Is Gwen up to me?
Yeah, Gwen's pretty close to you.
If I like just tag in and like pick up Gwen and start dashing. Okay. If this is the first round of initiative, I'd like to use my Dread Ambusher, which will give me 10 additional feet. And so I'll be dashing 80 feet forward. That's still not enough to get up to the elves, but that's what I got.
Yeah. You are 40 feet away from where Cori would be at this point.
Right.
So speaking of, hey Cori, what are you doing now that you have said, "Don't look at me," started running away? Caelum has yelled, "How long have you been in her pocket?" And Gwen made a lot of ground this round. Like, congrats on your small friend. She's fucking hoofing, thanks to Arjhan.
Cori shouts over her shoulder, I don't want to fight you. And she continues running her 30 feet, and then she's going to Dimension Door.
Holy shit.
These fucking elves!
Which takes her another 500 feet away.
Okay. So you casting Dimension Door uses a spell slot?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So it's not through the item. You would be... So Caelum, just so you are aware as well.
She was 30 feet away from Caelum, so now she is 530 feet away.
No,
Okay.
she's still 30. 7th level counterspell.
Okay. I think what this looks like is she draws a circle of stars in the air as she's running, and she attempts to jump through it like a portal. And Caelum just like makes a movement with his hand and snatches it out of the air, and she lands on rocks, and she hisses a curse and keeps running.
Next up, Caelum, who's still hasted.
The
Kitsune Adventures, thank you for the raid.
Thanks. You came at a great time. It's a party PvP. Hasted flying, he drops to the ground in a 3-point landing. Don't make me hurt you for answers. He's going to move 60 feet forward, and in his hands is glowing a spell. But he's not going to cast it just yet.
Okay. Gwen, you are currently being carried by Arjhan as you guys fly forward. You've just witnessed all of this as well as you are hearing the elves argue. What would you like to do?
How far away are we?
40.
Yeah, you are about.
Well, we are 40 feet out from Caelum, but Cori just teleported somewhere.
Cori's
she didn't.
dimension
Tried
door
to.
was
Okay.
counterspelled. She
Yeah.
ran forward the 30. Caelum then flew up to her.
70.
Yeah, so they're 70 feet away from where you guys are.
So you reach him.
Yeah. I was just gonna look at the jump mechanics. Because I have a 20 strength. I assume that I could kick off him and jump between them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just yeah. So Gwen's gonna do that, like she's gonna be on his shoulder and kind of like kick off of him, of Arjhan, like do a flip in the air, land superhero style on the ground between the two of them, and hold up her hammer in the air, like looking between the two of them. All right, everyone calm the fuck down, okay? Sit, both of you. I'm sick of this. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we are going to talk about this. We are not going to fight. Mom mode activated.
Okay. Arjhan.
Wait, I'm just gonna walk up. I'm still gonna be, 40 feet away from everybody. Should we possibly do this in my office away from people that might not like any of this?
You see like the heads of the werewolf guides just like Scooby-Doo stack looking from behind a rock like,
Are stoplight werewolves?
yeah, just, is everything okay?
We may be just a moment. And I will cast, I will summon my office space by casting rope trick.
Can we just rename it to conference call?
I love that.
No, that's Rary's telepathic bond.
Arjhan's extraplanar conference room.
I'm down for it.
I had this booked until 7.
That's the flavor text.
Well, the meeting door appears. That's my turn.
Okay. Top of the round, or after Arjhan is Cori.
I think Cori takes a few steps back, still looking at Caelum, and he said, "Don't make me hurt you for answers." She says, "Answers are going to hurt you."
He's silent, but like a shark, if she stopped kind of patrolling the edge of her reach.
All right. She's been backed into a corner. She enters the conference room.
Okay. Caelum. Conference room?
He's gonna dismiss haste and take the 6 seconds to catch a breather.
I think Gwen is going to go up to him in this moment to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is going on?
Cori's being influenced by Shar. Or something taken over, I don't know. Her mark is on Cori.
Yeah, so is the fucking Raven Queens, but you're not attacking her for that.
I understand you don't understand a lot of things, Gwen. But Shar did this to me.
Yeah, I get that, but it's Cori. I know that we've had problems before, but you don't just fucking attack people or pretend to, okay?
Char's alkalites messed with my mind. I killed my surrogate father. I hurt a lot of people because of their influence. Who knows how long Cori's influence has been driving me to do things. What if the Raven Queen doesn't really want me? If she wants Amaris? I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. That's why we need answers, and that's not going to be solved with blood. Get in there and talk about it.
Takes a moment. Walks past Gwen and into the conference room.
Gwen looks at Arjhan. They can't blow that up, right?
No.
All right, come on, let's go babysit.
Caelum might be able to.
Great.
And walks into the conference room, immediately goes and gets a plastic cup of citrus water.
Yeah. It's a fresh.
Gwen's gonna sit in the middle of the table.
Is there a bubbly machine in here?
Of course.
I was thinking one of those coffee machines that you have to pump the top of.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Special place in my heart for those, though. Except for like the last 3 spurts where it's just sludge. It's awful.
No amount of coffee made fixes that.
Anywho's, so you are all in a very serious situation inside
Yes.
of the conference room. Fresh citrus water, some bubbly drinks, standard amenities of any office.
All right, just so we're clear, if any of you start a fight, I'm gonna fucking end it. So let's talk, okay? I can't. Oh my god, I was like wings today. Kayla, or no, Cori.
I have many.
God, I've gone into full mom mode where I can't name my children.
That's
Cori,
That's an absolute thing. Oh my god.
It sure is.
Knights in the courtyard on that.
what's going on?
Cori's eyes are closed. She's going to internally reach out to Char.
Okay.
Just, what the hell?
Make a religion check.
You said you'd always be there for me. I want answers, bitch. Ooh, please? It's a 9.
There is an outgoing message that has been sent. Whether or not it has been read yet remains to be seen.
Recalling that this is exactly what happened with Elistray, her fist connects with the table with a loud bang, and she just puts her face in her hand. I'm sorry, what was the question?
What the fuck is going on?
Right. This wasn't supposed to happen.
What, we're finding out about you playing as Char's puppet?
She had my true name. And I wish I could say that I had no other choice.
What choice did you have?
When we saved Caelum, the Raven Queen's true name was in Shah's library, and she offered it to me. She said that she would give it freely. And in the moment, I ignored the obvious strings attached, and I paid for it.
Said no. There could have been other ways to find out the Raven Queen's name.
At the time, it seemed like the only way.
Okay, so how long has this been going on then? Since we went to the library?
Cori just looks at her.
By Tempest, what the hell? Why wouldn't you tell us?
Why couldn't you tell us?
We had just gotten Caelum back. I knew it would hurt him. It is hurting him. This was never supposed to happen.
What are your paladin oaths?
It's been so long.
Well, let me remind you, you're supposed to protect the light, not entreat the darkness. I think Gwen is right. After all this is said and done, I'm done.
I think that's fair.
Caelum's gonna stand and leave the conference room.
Caelum,
I don't want to hear it.
for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
If you knew how much this would have hurt me, you would have said no. If you truly cared.
I don't think she has an answer for that.
So what now? How do we fix this for right now? Because that's what we have. We have a lot of shit to deal with. And we need you back to normal.
Cori's gonna try and drop to Raven form.
Yeah, you do.
She just looks back down at her hand and she says, I can work with this.
So when you try to change, you're just going to turn back into that?
I won't try to change.
And is she in your head?
Yes, that's likely.
Then you need to stay away from Caelum. Completely.
That's fair.
I thought we were past all this, Cori. I really did.
I really wish we were.
Is there anything else that we need to know?
Shifty eyes. Cori isn't my true name. I mean, obviously not, but it's not Cori and Jonquil anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Shaw changed it.
She can do that.
She is a God is.
All right. I mean, why did you keep it a secret from all of us? Like, I get why you kept it from Caelum, but like, we talked about this. We talked about secrets and what they do.
Well, for what it's worth, I do understand. Whenever I entered a relationship with Tiamat, she threatened Makath. I couldn't tell any of you what was going on because I was being threatened by a god. Is Shah threatening you? Would you be able to tell us if Shah is threatening you?
Not overtly, no. But I am frightened of what she could do.
Understandable. It's steep shit.
Yeah. The worst
I
part.
also just fucking followed Tempest, like I said.
I'm not sure adding more gods into the mix is going to be the answer.
Oh no, he is already in the mix. He's just way the fuck over there where he should be. Not dealing with our bullshit. We have something to deal with. We're gonna go deal with it. Okay? You're gonna stay away from Caelum. When we're done with this, you're gonna stay here.
All right.
All right. Gwen gets off the table and walks out.
Walking into a battle with people that you cannot trust and who cannot trust you is the single most dangerous thing that you can possibly do.
I understand.
So may all of your gods help you. Dismissed.
Actually, do you mind if I use the conference room?
I have it until 7.
Thank you.
Then I'll get up and walk out.
Okay.
For the record, I understand why you don't trust me. But I still trust you.
Arjhan just does a light nod and walks out.
All right. As he does, the door shuts behind him, and she just walks over to it and stands there for a second, and then she reaches over and she flicks the light switch off so that she's in darkness.
Okay.
And we can cut away, but she's going to spend a little longer trying to get Shar to respond.
Make another religion check.
13.
Okay. How do you reach out?
I
mean, other than being surrounded in darkness.
Yeah. She sits in the darkness, and she takes herself back to her darkest moments, when she felt most alone and most in need. And essentially just kind of puts those things forward, almost like she's baiting a trap. It's like, I know this is like candy to you. Come and get it.
Yeah, and I think with that, you will hear from this darkness, he's only angry because he does not understand. And then you hear the sound of a chair like scooching out. And then you see the violet outline of the Night Mother sitting at this table across from you. And as you have like kind of placed these memories, these dark moments out onto the table, she brings a hand forward, just sets a finger onto one, slides it forward to her, begins to almost look through it like a folio.
Are you a goddess of secrets, or are you a goddess of lies?
And there is a deep-seated chuckle that seems to come from the other room. And she says, "They're only lies if you aren't in on the secret. You followed my plan and are alive, despite the best efforts of the Fomorians. You have secret weapons against the goddess that would steal your very essence from friends whom you already promised to bring to her thanks to my help. And I have allowed you to feel the freedom that she would otherwise keep from you, allowing you to freely access your reclaimed inner seasons. As I have said before, I am only as horrible as my followers make me out to be. I had nothing to do with what happened to your friend, the Magister. My sole goal with you, Nixiah, as it has been since the beginning of our relationship, is to help you become the beacon of light that you were always meant to be. Caelum of the Fallen Leaves, the people's champion, the, what was it? Elfiest elf who ever elfed, I believe is how you yourself would have described it. Unless I am mistaken, this has been your goal from the beginning, hasn't it? To become a beacon of hope whose light shines bright enough to melt even winter's chilled landscape. To save your friend Cypress from the clutches of that horrid primordial.
Well, forgive me if I'm not exactly filled with hope right now.
There were, as you had asked earlier about what happened, you were able to experience the other seasons. This is what happens when you weren't able to admit to yourself what had been happening all along. You accepted my influence, you accepted my help, and you have continued to accept my help only when it is convenient for you. Is that not true? For as soon as there became any difficulty, possibly discussing my presence with your friend, you shied away.
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is that I am still here to help you. I'm here to get you what you want.
What I want is for you to go away. We had an agreement, and that agreement has been broken. I do not have patience for broken promises. And I'm growing tired of dealing with frivolous gods. And I believe that our time is up. It's about a minute after 7. So we need to vacate this conference room.
And as you say that and look up, There's no one there. There's no outline. There's no presence. Just you sitting alone in the darkness.
Until you are forcibly ejected out because my time has expired.
A single ray of light appears, and it's a Lemure holding a stack of papers, being like, "I had this room next," and you just get shunted out.
Mm-hmm.
So when Gwen left, she was gonna go after Caelum.
Mm-hmm.
She'll jog up to him, kind of tired from the fucking run she just went on, the sprint. And she just kind of matches his pace.
Oh, he's standing in front of a wall. His eyes are closed, and he's trying deep breathing.
Uh-huh. She'll kind of stand with him for a second. Wait till he feels her presence.
There's a moment where he opens his eyes but doesn't acknowledge her.
Mm-hmm.
And he will strike out against the wall, overcharging a Nevermore. There is on his hand black feathers that just, but they slowly start essentially gooping. And he's going to just carve a hole into this wall.
Gwen doesn't flinch.
5 years.
How much he aged, it's okay.
Yeah. That's not what I was like. Did he say that?
Nope.
I know what she did to you. I know what her followers did to you. I wasn't trying to diminish that in any way. I just want to make sure we're not going to kill someone for no reason, okay?
I've done plenty of that, even without my knowledge. I feel like that's all I've been ever good for. Killing for no reason.
Caelum, you're probably the smartest person I know. You're really powerful, but look, what was done to you was really fucked up and obviously not okay. And I don't want to make you think that I don't think that, or, I didn't mean it like that. That's all I wanted to say.
I get something now, Gwen. It hurts a lot less when everything's on automation.
What do you mean?
So, think what you want to think, care what you want to care. I'm done. We're gonna get this task finished. I'll try to minimize the casualties as much as I can. But I'm done playing party with everyone. I'm tired of getting hurt, feeling this rage that's inside me that I've been bottling up for several months now. I want to say I haven't had an outlet, but well, there was plenty of that in the city.
I've known a lot of people like that. Growing up with the Goliaths. A lot of rage, a lot of unchecked anger that's they just direct at the closest thing. And you know what always ends up happening, Caelum? They hurt themselves. One way or another. I get it. I do. And I'm not saying that after this, I'm going to want to gear up and go out. I mean, there's other shit we have to handle individually. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to go into this next battle, all rage, no brain, then you might as well not go in, because you're not going to be very useful to us.
Give me a day.
I told Cori to stay away from you. Just so you know. I don't want eyes on you, if you know what I mean.
Thanks for that, at least. If you need me, I'll be emotions in my hole.
Right, sorry. Yes, okay. Can I trust you, Cori, Caelum?
In what regard? I'm not gonna snap and murder Coriander, or I'm not gonna go in this all raged out and possibly get everyone killed?
Both.
If there is one thing I've learned on this trip, it is to temper my anger and bottle it up. I've been functioning for the most part, so you can count on that.
You didn't answer my question.
Yes. I will not do anything that will cause harm to the party. I'll work with all of you.
And just so we're clear, I mean, it wasn't that long that we were having this conversation about you. So.
Well, I'm glad the feeling's mutual. He'll leave her.
So how's he doing?
Not super great. I mean, he feels betrayed, and he's done. He's where I was 2 months ago. I don't remember the timeline.
It's been a while.
The last time Cori elfed off.
Great.
But I reminded him that it's going into a fight. Half-cocked is not good. So hopefully this is going to be a fucking mess, isn't it?
If we try and fight Cypress and none of us trust each other, he is going to kill us quickly. Mercilessly. And we will only have ourselves to blame.
So what did you suggest?
I can't suggest anything. I've gone into a lot of fights with people that I do not trust, and they died. That is all I can say.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sad to see them go.
I don't think there's an easy fix. I don't think there's anything that can be said at this point that's going to make anyone feel better. I mean, Cori didn't even defend herself. You defended her. What are we supposed to do with that? Like, she didn't explain anything. She just was like a kid who was like, yeah, I know I did something wrong. I'm sorry.
I don't know, maybe Shah still has something on her. I mean, she has a true name, apparently.
All right, well, here's another thing. If we decide to fuck off after this, are we leaving Cori to a fate worse than death? I mean, I don't mean to be like over dramatic, but I mean, what else can we do? I mean, and it's I know that it's not just this. I know that it's not just Shar, because this has happened before.
With the Raven
A few
Queen.
times. But is leaving her with Shar's influence in her head the worst thing we could do?
It's a pretty bad thing that we can do, yes. I don't... If Cori would ask, then we would find a way to get around this.
I don't think Cori's the kind to ask.
What if we would... Before we left, I had asked my goddess to see if she could possibly help with the Raven Queen. She agreed. If we can get within the favor of the Raven Queen, possibly, she could help us with Shah.
Are you talking about getting the gods to kill each other?
Not kill each other. Protection from one god against the influence of another. Unless you have a better idea for what could possibly shield Cori from this sort of divine intervention.
I mean, my only idea was to kill her, but that's not very helpful. Either way, whichever one we'd kill.
Oh, she's already within the Raven Queen's influence.
No, I'm sorry. I meant kill Shar.
Yeah, I understand what you're going for. It's a lovely thought, but I
Yeah,
don't think we're
seems
quite
a
there
little.
yet.
Yeah. Wait, I have that ring. Could that help her?
The ring
Yeah, the ring of mind shielding.
against a god? Possibly.
I don't know. Probably not.
I mean, she could try it.
I was wearing it for a reason. Oh, right, so that they don't read my mind. The people back there. Maybe I'll try it. So for now, we have to just keep the peace until this is all over.
Yes. We can do this.
You know, I never wanted children. Feels a lot like having kids.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. When Cori's done in there, do you mind giving her the ring? I'll go with Caelum.
Okay.
Cool. Pop off the ring and give it to Arjhan. It's an itty bitty ring. She'll go inform our werewolf friends that everything's fine. Things are fine.
They see that and are curious if like you guys are ready to ship out at any time.
Yeah, we will be. I just gotta wait on the
Take your time. Just they're ready to go whenever.
Uh-huh.
This has all happened like you guys usually take an hour break. If anything, they're like, are we camping for the night?
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of time left.
Mm-hmm. And then Gwen's gonna have a meaningful conversation with the Displacer Beast about coming when you're called and when you're needed.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh boy. 4.
I can tell my cat not to wake me up early in the morning so that way I can feed it, but that's not going to stop her from pawing at my chest to wake me up. It's effectively the same level of dialogue.
Yeah. I know exactly that talk. I've had it many with my cats.
Mm-hmm.
Arjhan will be standing outside the conference room, like holding a clipboard and just like sort of peeking in, just like waiting for the force ejection.
Yeah, and eventually it does indeed end up coming. And I feel like it's one of those, like, it sort of like pops you up out of your seat into the area again, so you're like a little bit like hop skip. Yeah.
Yep. She lands.
Everything all right?
Well, no, but we move forward, right?
Gwen suggested that this might help. I hand over the ring.
Ring of mind shielding.
I don't know if it's powerful enough to stop a god, but it wouldn't hurt.
Do I think it would work?
So Gwen has explained the properties to you. Caelum has explained the properties. As far as the ability to prevent your mind from being read by a god, you don't believe that it would have the intended effect. However, there is a property about the Ring of Mind Shielding that is very interesting with Cori's current predicament. That when you die, your spirit gets trapped inside of the ring.
Oh. I hadn't considered that.
I certainly did.
You know what? I don't think Cori considers this either. This is fully a sentimental thing that she does. She will take the ring. I don't know what it's going to do against a goddess, but can't hurt, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not overlooking anything.
She'll slip it onto her pinky. And I am already attuned to 3 items. Does Gwen have 3 items to attune to already?
I have plenty.
Does Arjhan have an empty attunement slot?
He does.
Okay. She will kind of poke at her belt buckle and detach the animated shield and hand it to him. You should take this then.
Your shield.
I don't need it anymore. Father got me fixed up right as rain. I can just hold my old one.
Okay.
And this way, you can use both hands for your crossbow. It's the strategic thing to do.
All right. I'll like clip the shield on somewhere.
Onto one of your belts somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Fuck the art, right?
It's technically not done yet, so I can fix it.
Don't.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, so you want to spend the next hour or so attuning?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get the attunements done.
And this was at a break like midday from when you guys were going on day 2. Do you want to continue your travels tonight, or for the rest of your regularly scheduled travel time, or do you just want to like camp out here? Full day of internal conflict has just happened. Need time to rest.
Cori's gonna go and apologize to the stoplight werewolves.
Red, yellow, and green.
Yep.
Yep. They are like one of those like don't mention it. Like they don't need an apology. It's more of like
She keeps it professional. Like she explains as much as they need to know.
they
like-
seem a little not on edge necessarily when talking with you, but they did stop for a quick snack and you yelled, "Nobody look at me," and then bamfed away after your face started cracking off. So like they are like, "Are you sure you're good? We can stop. It's okay."
We've had a chance to talk, and things have been worked out. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
And as she's leaving, she goes and she picks her face up off the ground.
Yeah, it kind of crumbles like ash in your hands.
Great. Didn't need that.
Your facial features are still there. Like your face is as it was.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So, you are all going to be hopping back onto your mounts. The Phantom Steed was originally for Arjhan. Then Gwen was on the back of a Displacer Beast, and if I remember correctly, Caelum and Cori were both sharing Ampleforth. What's the ride situation like now?
Caelum gets on the back of Ampleforth.
Okay.
Wait, does Caelum get on Ampleforth?
Yeah.
With Cori? Or is
Yeah.
this like... Oh, okay. Oh, God.
No.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Can I insight check?
Yes. Can I insight? No.
9.
7.
Caelum just looks at Arjhan and Gwen. Just because I don't like her doesn't mean that I don't need her right now.
Right, but we talked about the whole like staying away from, and that was a good idea, right? Why don't you ride on the cat and I'll ride with Cori?
Caelum shrugs. He'll hop off Ampleforth.
It's like watches him walk. Looks up at Cori.
Uppies.
Uppies.
Yep, Cori gives her uppies.
But you have a Displacer Beast.
That Caelum can ride now.
Yeah.
Caelum gets down on one knee and looks at the Displacer Beast.
They give you like, it is sort of that just like.
And he just says in the language of the lost, "You're going to be good, right?"
Ooh.
Making.
I made a 20 in an animal handling check.
Yeah. Language of the Lost works every time. It looks like this displacer beast, like that was kind of like shifting in and out of place, steadies itself. And Gwen, it's almost a little infuriating. Like, this cat has never once listened to you, and Caelum goes up to it, says one thing, and it just seems to take to him fine.
The fuck? I'm gonna need more snacks.
Yeah. So you are all able to mount up. And fast as lightning, you are off again. Yeah, and your course continues on through the rest of the day. As you are getting ready to get ready for a longer rest, is there anything that you all would like to do during that long rest time? As you are entering into your third day.
I'm gonna say Gwen stays up all night.
Okay.
Just to keep an eye on things.
Sweet. Make a Constitution save.
Uh, 10.
A 10? Okay. You make it. You don't have exhaustion, but like you definitely have that like kind of weird feeling that your stomach gets when you pull an all-nighter. Like there's something like upset on your insides that does not like what you have done here. And you would not gain the benefits of... No, you would gain the benefits of a long rest. Or no, if you were just staying up all night, you would actually not gain the benefits. So, going with what you had yesterday, thankfully, most fighter things are short rest anyway, so sitting pretty on that one. And then going into the third day, again, you are making great time. Yes, Caelum.
Over the course of the night, Gwen sees that Caelum's just hunched over and carving something into something in his lap, and he's making a magic item. And I'll message you, Steven.
Okay. Sounds good, and definitely not threatening. Yeah, going into the third day, again, you are able to mount up, make pretty decent time. I imagine this day is very quiet from the lot of you, or like the werewolves like on the break will be like, anybody want to play Knucklebones? No? Okay. Like, they don't really know how to interact. Like, you guys, like, one of those, like, man, what the fuck happened? Like, 2 days ago, that, like, they were doing so well. Now, I don't know what's wrong.
I will play with the werewolves if no one else will.
They are more than happy to play Knucklebones with you. Arjhan
Gwen is just sipping her coffee, like staring, like half asleep. You know, like that sleepy gaze you get. She's just staring, watching over everyone.
Oh, yeah. Arjhan, would be a good roll for this. A performance or a sleight of hand?
Well, I don't have proficiency with dice sets.
Okay, so it'd just be a
whatever
dex
it
check.
is, it's just going to be a straight ability score.
It'd be a dex roll then.
Dex roll.
Yes.
Okay. 22.
22? Okay. You end up winning pretty well at Knucklebones. It seems like a lot of this is not played for money. These individuals do not have money. Mostly they've kind of just been tossing out what look like teeth and small bones. Like, those are the things that they have on them that are like, oh, like, I'll raise you a small finger, or I'll raise you a tooth, just from like things that they've collected throughout their times underground. They don't really have a whole lot of like cash to bet on. So if you would like, you can add, I would say you would probably add like 25 gold pieces of fine bones.
Whenever I see them betting with things that are like the light teeth and everything, number one, I'm going to ask them what that is and what sort of value it has to them. Just because I'm curious. Number two, want to say, well, on the material plane, we play with money. And so I'm going to put 10 gold in front of everybody. And I would like to keep playing until I do not have any gold.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So they explain the significance of betting with teeth is werewolves have a regenerative property. So utilizing things like teeth as a form of play money comes very easily to them. But some teeth are like more of a sentimental value. Like if you got into a fight with another werewolf and you managed to rip into them, bite them, that sort of thing, cause them to lose their teeth, and you manage to take them afterwards, they're more of like a small trophy. So because, I mean, your chompers just regenerate because of their lycanthrope abilities, it's more of like a fun money, but again, sometimes the teeth have more meaning than others.
Yeah, so I just want to keep playing and possibly like losing on purpose until all of the money that I put in is gone.
Okay.
And the werewolves' money is retransferred however they see fit.
Yeah.
And with the teeth that I want, I would like to only keep one.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, you will take a singular werewolf tooth. And yeah, other than that, throughout the day, thankfully, like, they're very good trackers, very good navigators. They're able to kind of sniff out if there's any danger that's coming up, lead you down pathways that you wouldn't necessarily normally think of. But again, it's their job to lead you. And then going into the third evening, is there anything that anyone wanted to do again for a long rest? Gwen, are you staying up a second day?
I think she'd probably try to.
Okay. Make a constitution save.
Unless somebody tells her.
Gwen's gonna
Gwen, go to sleep.
Not Gwen. Yeah. Cori will intervene. Gwen, you need to sleep.
What?
We're going to fight Cypress, and you cannot stay up. You need to sleep.
I sleep all the time.
Is
I
this
slept-
the day before we're gonna reach surface?
This is the end of day 3. Day 4 is the day that you will reach the surface, yes.
Oh yeah, you're going to sleep.
Gwen, tomorrow we fight Cypress. You didn't sleep last night, right?
Says who? You be keeping tabs on me, Cori? She's kind of entered that like haze of like, she's almost like drunk.
Mm-hmm. Cori will get down on her knees and look Gwen in the eye. You need sleep.
Yes, I need sleep. You guys aren't gonna start any shit.
No. If it helps, you can sleep next to me while I trance.
I sleep in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Know the moment I try to leave.
All right. Gwen is the best little spoon.
Mm-hmm. Cori will sit crisscross so that she like makes like a hammock with her legs.
And Gwen will go to sleep.
It's fine for like 30 minutes, and then you feel like that burning on your legs, like when a cat's resting there. It's just like, fuck, I can't move now.
She will tolerate it for Gwen. And she, as she sits there, she will contemplate the ring of mind shielding for a second, and she will trance.
Okay. So Cori, you are trancing. Gwen, you are asleep. Caelum, you are working on magic items. And I think that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who's decided to stick with us and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm having a blast. All my friends are playing a good game. It's been a great time. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back.
Steven!
That's so cute.
Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light.
I can't boop my camera with my nose. There's a shelf.
That's the best visual gag I could do.
Amazing. I'm here for it. So, you guys have just gone into a long rest for the third day. Everything's going fine. This is great. Why wouldn't we be having a great time here? And then, so going into the fourth day, you know that you have a total of 6 days left of your pact blessing, or your hunting pact blessing. You know that you are going to be going on the surface. Does everybody have cold weather gear?
Yes, we got some before we leave. We left, and I have it packed.
Okay, sounds good.
We had some from Greenreach too.
Yep. So, with that in mind, is there anything that needs to be done or said while you are still underground making your way towards Akelor?
Am I finished?
It's
uncommon.
Uncommon, yeah. You'd be done then.
Cool. He's gonna tune to it, and as they're walking, Caelum has the owl mask on.
Have we seen this before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Remember the ASMR lab?
why are we, bringing back some old looks?
It helps me focus.
Okay. Cool.
Is this a petty thing? Is this a petty thing that we're gonna have to deal with later? Because we're gonna fight a fucking elder fae thing here, okay? So
Gwen,
I just need to know.
It really does help me focus.
All right, cool.
Okay. So you are all escorted as far as the wolves are able to go. And when you arrive, there is what looks like a pretty clear pathway that leads upward. And they let you know that there are no longer turns. There aren't going to be any other switchbacks or possible cave-ins. The way to Akelor is before you. They can only go this far with you, as that is all that they had agreed to. They don't want to go up on the surface, but you all seem, even if there is a little bit of a disturbance in y'all's force, you seem more capable than these werewolves are currently able to actually help out with. With that, what is going to happen with the Displacer Beast? Are you just releasing it down here? Are you going to bring it up into the snowy, extreme cold climate that is the surface? Or are you just going to send it off with your werewolf buddies?
Well, when you put it like that, Gwen kind of looks to Arjhan with those sad kid eyes, but I want to keep it.
Do you want to try to keep it with us?
Is it gonna be hard for him?
Possibly.
With the snow and everything.
Indoor question: does the Displacer Beast also have the Blessing in the Pack?
The Displacer Beast would not.
It may have a hard time, and we also may immediately alert Cypress to our presence.
Gwen moves over to the Displacer Beast.
We might be able to come back for it once we're done.
All right. Clueslow, you're a good boy. Even though you're a girl. And I want you to know that I was... You're going to go back with these guys, and maybe we'll come get you, okay?
It forehead butts you.
Oh God, I know that joy when a cat does that. I just had like a visceral reaction. I'm sorry. Is you ready? She like kisses her on the forehead and like walks back and like turns around. Don't let him see you cry.
And it just sort of like sits down on its back haunches and watches you walk off. And the werewolf sort of like motion for it to follow them, and it does. Like it watches you walk away. It's like, oh, okay, like I knew this person for like 4 days. I have no attachments to them, and then walks off. So thankfully, Gwen, that makes the separation that much easier. It's a clean cut, and you are all set off on your way to the surface. And it takes roughly about an hour of travel. And as you are getting closer to the surface, it begins getting very cold. And you can hear the howling wind sort of echoing down into this cave. And it almost sounds like it is like a turbine, like an engine of sorts, with the strength of this wind that is just blowing into this tunnel, as this is like a vacuum. Like it's the only entryway for air from the surface for many, many miles, what you'd be guessing. And as you are getting closer, you see that the snow has actually been brought in, and your path is almost blocked by the sheer amount of snowdrift that there is. It'd be at this time that you all would probably be putting on your cold weather garments, just gearing up, as you can now see the snow and see your breath, as it is incredibly frigid here. And as you trek up onto the snow and then out onto the snow surface, you don't know what time of day it is, but the sky is dark above you. There are a thick layer of gray clouds, and the snow is kicked up almost to blizzard-like proportions, and it seems like it is at no point going to stop during your journey. This is going to make things very difficult. Looking around, there are no markers that you can see. There are no buildings. There are no buildings. There are no taverns. There are no roads. I'd like for everybody to make a perception check.
12.
23.
18.
18 as well.
Okay, so Arjhan, you're a cold-blooded creature, I would assume. So like, it's kind of difficult being in this new frosty environment. The wind is biting, like you're still like trying to figure out how goggles will work and rest on your draconian bod. The rest of you, however, can see something through the snow, and it looks like a mound that sort of comes up, and then you see what looks like a small shelf that also juts out of the snow. And this is the only distinguishing feature that you can see, other than after coming out of the entrance of this cave, what looks like a small hill that's actually like surrounding the cave, almost like a God, what is the word for it? A knoll, Knoll, that where this tunnel seems to approach out of. And stepping out onto the snow and getting closer to this mound and shelf that are in the snow, it is made of stone. And you see what looks like, from the neck up, the stone face of an Eladrin. And the shelf that you had seen previously, you can see is a actually jutting end of a sword blade that extends out in a direction. Cori, you know that the statues in Caelen's bridge are hundreds of feet tall, and that the statue of the Winter Caelum in Akelor was made to their same size. The town that was Akelor is covered in hundreds and hundreds of feet of snow, and probably beneath you at this moment. Looking back at the cave that you exited out of, you get the sense that you probably came out of the top of a mountain.
And the statue is stationary, yeah?
The statue is stationary.
Okay.
It's a large stone statue, as it always was.
All right. She just shouts over the wind. It's the Winter Caelum.
Like Cypress?
Oh, no, it's the first one. There are 3 statues just like it in the Autumn Isle.
And when Cori says this, Arjhan, you remember seeing those 3 large statues.
Winter's always been set aside from the rest of them.
Why is that?
I don't know. They've always had to walk alone. I don't think it's right. It's too easy to fall into despair.
Well, do we know where we're going now?
I think that Cori, she knows this place well enough. She's familiar with it, but like it's probably changed. There's a lot more snow here, right?
Yes, there is a significant amount of snow. There are less trees, less roads, less of pretty much everything that is not snow or ice. But you know that the Winter Caelum's sword points in the direction where Lauristine usually claimed as his home base, his stomping ground. So you are guessing that following the blade of the Winter Caelum will lead you to wherever Cypress is now.
Okay. She sort of like points out where Akelor is supposed to be. Like there's supposed to be a town there. There's just snow now. And then she just like draws the line of the direction that the sword is pointing, and she's like, that's the way we should go.
All right.
Okay, can we go over the plan one more time before we like really get there?
We're going to need to fight Cypress until we can draw out Vinru, and then we have to defeat Vinru and trap him inside the urn.
Okay. What's the plan to get him there? Cypress, that is. We're going where he is?
Yes. At least I hope so.
And what about his forces?
Well, perhaps we'll get the drop on him.
Hopefully they're preoccupied with Summer.
Roger. Okay, cool. Gwen gives a I don't believe in this plan thumbs up.
Okay. And you are all walking for probably about 2 hours or so through this blizzard. Movement is relatively difficult as you are trudging through, as it again is just kind of like stomping through ice and snow. Gwen, you're like up to your chest at all times in just like crunchy snow. It's not powder. It's not the fun kind of snow. This is like snow that then had freezing rain on top of it, that then had snow, that then had ice, and then more freezing rain. Like it's the pits. It's the absolute worst. And you all can feel almost like a muted rumbling. And what's everyone's passive perception?
18.
17.
15.
15.
Okay, Arjhan. You are the only one who is actually able to see this through this blizzard, but you make out what look like...
I finally got my goggles on right.
What looks like a large... It almost moves like a wave on top of the snow. And it seems to be just sort of like scrounging around. It is what looks like a large creature. Possibly bigger.
We've got company.
Non-humanoid.
Is it like a creature or like can we just avoid it?
Possibly.
Is it coming towards us? Has it noticed us yet?
You are not sure. But it does look like it is making its way in your general direction. If you'd like, you can all make a stealth check to try and avoid being detected.
Probably a good idea. Disadvantage with my plate mail ass.
34.
That's not a real number.
5.
Oh, 18. Oh.
18 as well. With
Okay.
a disadvantage.
Wow, Cori, you screw everything up.
All right.
Oh, bless
Now, no
your
one said
heart.
that.
So as you are continuing forward, Cori, you end up like as your group is like trying to like stay on, like the elves run on top of the snow to try and get away from whatever it is this thing is. The rest of your group is able to maintain a pretty quick distance. Gwen is really only weighed down by the weapons that she has on her back. Caelum also is very light on his step. And Cori, as you are trying to like follow in the same large footholes in the snow that your party is leaving behind, a arm reaches up out of the snow and grabs onto your leg as you see a troll-like face burst out of the snow with jaws open as it lets out a call. And I'd like for everyone to roll initiative.
Ruh-roh Raggy. Is D&D Beyond lagging for anybody else tonight?
No, is it just the dice rolls that are lagging?
It's just the dice rolls.
That's happened to me a few times. I don't know what fixes it.
Hardware acceleration, maybe?
Yeah, might need to restart my computer. Quack. I got a 9.
16. And I need to roll my blood die as well.
17.
6.
14.
Okay. So sword range A to Z. There we go. Okay, so in the snow, the creature that has grabbed onto Cori's leg is going to get a 23 to hit with its claw as its long gnarled fingers sink into your upper thigh. And you are going to be taking 10 points of piercing damage and 10 points of cold damage.
Okay.
All right, then it is going to try and make a bite attack towards you. As it got you near with its champies. So that is a modified 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. Then.
That meets my AC.
Okay. So then that was for this one. So you take 8 points of piercing damage. And then make a Constitution save.
Uh-oh. That is a 22.
Okay, so you are fine as you feel this, like, the frigid cold of its attacks actually, like, tries to seep into your bones. And you do take 5 additional points of cold damage from just that initial attack, but you manage to stave off this kind of freezing attack that it deals. That is... It can attack with its second claw, which is good. But I don't think that a 13 is going to hit you.
Does not.
Out of the snow near you, Gwen, another one of these large, imposing ice trolls actually breaks out of the snow and then begins its assault on you as well. Seeing as how you are a small snack-sized target, it is going to try and use its largeness to do the best that it can. So, Gwen, does an 18 hit you?
Just.
Okay. So, Gwen, you are going to be taking 5 points of piercing damage and 8 points of cold damage.
And this is in full. I'm taking this full, just so everyone.
And then an 11 does not hit you as it attempts to strike out with a claw. And a 13 does not hit you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so there are these 2 trolls. There's also the shadow of a larger thing that seems to be coming towards your group as well. And it seems to be kind of winding across the top of the snow as it does. Gwen, it is your turn.
DM, what are the mechanics for throwing someone?
They have to be a willing target, or you have to try and grapple them, and then once they are grappled, then you can huck them.
Cool. I would like to rage, please.
Okay.
Enter into a tiny rage. As my bonus action, Gwen is going to... I have 2 attacks per action, so I'm going to use my first attack on one of these fools who have challenged me with a run tax. Recklessly, because why not? Okay. Does a 31 hit?
Oh, yeah. That'll do her.
It's a 1, re-rolling. That's a... so that is 17 damage.
Okay.
And then Gwen is going to attempt to grapple one of these individuals.
Okay.
So I'd like them to make an opposing grapple check, please.
That's a natty 1.
Oh, okay. So Gwen basically just, I mean, I rolled a 24. So I'm going to say Gwen basically like chops this guy in the calf and he falls down to his knees, and Gwen just like grabs his neck with one arm and like grabs him by the back of the pants, and her next turn she's going to do a spinny spin and huck him.
Okay. Sounds
so
good.
long there, Bowser.
Let's go. Next up is the creature that was winding its way atop the snow. It is able to, again, kind of gliding atop almost in a serpentine-like fashion. But as it gets closer, you see that it actually has smaller arms that are just sort of like digging through the snow at its side. And it rears up, and you see this like deep blue light come from within. And it is going to use its cold breath attack in a cone, targeting the party. So I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
+4.
14.
16.
23.
19.
Okay, so Gwen and Cori succeed. Arjhan, you and Caelum fail. So on a failure, it is 39 points of cold damage. On a success is half.
I'm going to use my reaction to absorb elements.
I will also use my reaction to absorb elements.
That seems like a really handy spell to have for this arc.
It's 19.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be 19. All right, so that is it for its turn as it rushes on up towards ye. And you see that this looks like a creature made of pure ice and hatred. As it kind of rears back and uses this attack towards you, and you can see that it has like 2 sets of smaller little arms on the top, and at its lower back there are another set of little leggies. And it is looking at you all rather imposingly. But that is all that it could do on its turn. However, he's got a friend. And from the underneath the snow, you feel that rumbling sensation again, and burrowing out is a second one of these creatures that looks down at the frost breath that has struck down, and it is also going to rear back and then bellow out with this cold chill. And I need everybody to make another set of Constitution saves.
Is it +4?
It's +4.
30.
23.
30.
30 and 21. Okay.
23.
23.
26. Also, Connor, we still have resistance.
Still have the resistance.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. So, Caelum, what did you roll?
26.
26. Okay. So, Arjhan, you are the only one to fail. Thankfully, you have your resistance up with that absorb elements, because otherwise you would have been taking 48 points of cold damage. Thankfully, everyone who succeeded takes half. Caelum will take the half of the half, and Arjhan, you will take the 24. And that is all that that creature can do as well. So now there are 2 of these huge, they are frost salamanders. I will just throw that out there because it's easier for me to just say their fucking name than try and beat around the bush. So these 2 frost salamanders are looking down at your group, and there are 2 ice trolls that are still pulling themselves out of the snow. They have been covered in this ice as well, but it doesn't seem to bother them anyway. Next up is Arjhan.
Oh dear. It was frost salamanders that were doing the ice breath, right?
That is correct.
I would very much like to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark one of them.
Okay.
No, that's not what I want to do. I'm sorry. I would like to, at 3rd level, use a bonus action to cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
And for my first attack, I'm a shoot. at the frost salamander.
Okay.
32.
That'll hit.
Okay. Cool. I need each creature within 5 feet of it, including itself, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so it would be itself and then one of the ice trolls.
Okay.
So it got a 19 on the dex save. The ice troll got a 6.
The 6 will fail.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to be taking 8 points of piercing damage just from the crossbow.
Okay.
And then... Wait, third level. Come on. No, I just need the dice, please. Please. There we go. On a failure, the ice troll is going to be taking 21 more points of piercing damage. The salamander will take 10 more.
Okay.
Second attack at the salamander. 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I would like to mark it as my favorite foe. So it's going to be taking 7 points of piercing damage. With an additional 5 on top of that. From my Dread Ambusher and my favorite foe.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry. No, that's correct. Favorite foe is 1d8. Okay. And last attack. 29 is going to hit it
Yeah.
for 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay. It has taken a series of blows. Does not like any of this.
That is my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. So then next up, Caelum.
How many of these creatures can I hit in a 30-foot line?
In a line, you would be able to get...
If it makes it easier, I will use
3, but you'd have to get on the other side of one of the frost salamanders.
Blessing of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
He's gonna flip his cloak back, go to a pouch, grab something, and then flip up a red dragon scale. And then he's going to cast Agonazar's Scorcher.
Okay. So they need to make
A dexterity saving throw,
dex
please.
save. What's your save
I have
DC?
questions.
Sorry?
It's
Go
part of
ahead.
the spell
No, go ahead.
components.
Yeah. The red dragon scale is part of the components. But
Who gave
Steven.
that scale to you? What's your save DC?
16.
16? Okay. All 3 fail.
They take 45 fire damage.
Okay. And then they are vulnerable to fire. At least the salamanders are. So that 45.
90?
Yep, they take 90 points of fire damage as this streak of flame shoots out through the night sky. Cool. Cool. Thankfully, the ice troll that you hit is not immune like that, or not vulnerable, but he still takes 45, which sucks. But, you know, he's surviving. Not really. He can't regenerate. That's fine. So that was Caelum's turn. Cori.
Cori is going to do something that she should have done earlier. She will touch herself and cast Protection from Energy. And she now has resistance to cold damage. And that's her action. And then as her bonus, she's going to face step to the ice troll that has just been injured.
Okay.
And slurp.
Okay, how much you slurping?
However much she gets. It's 15, right?
It is.
Or is it 25?
It'd be the 25. Or no, what's your charisma modifier?
It's 4.
Okay, so yeah, it would be 20.
Okay. We have this conversation every time.
Yep.
I'm literally going to write it down now.
That's what we say every time.
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
I'm currently opening my notes.
So he take them slurp, and is not looking too hot on that one. Next up is, because Cori, that was your bonus action. You cast the protection on yourself, so that's action. Bonus action. Next up is the ice troll that Gwen is currently grappling, and they are, thankfully, they chilly. So at the start of its turn, Gwen, you immediately take 3d6 cold damage. So that is for 13 points of Chilly Willy.
What has gotten into you tonight, sir?
I said earlier today that I was in a weird mood, and then all of today's session happened. So, just having a good time playing D&D with my friends. Then it is going to try and use a claw attack against you. That fails. It's going to use its claw a second time. It fails again, so it's going to just try. It's going to try and bite.
Are you rolling at advantage?
I was not. So the first two would be just for one attack. They both would have missed. Then a 23 to hit would be the second claw attack. Yep. So make a Constitution save.
Okie dokie. 27.
Never mind.
Crit.
You're fine.
Thanks, D&D Beyond. Connor, did you just sneeze or did you dab? Both?
Both.
We love you, buddy.
All right, so Gwen, you are going to be taking 8 points of slashing damage and 14 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to try and bite you. And that is a 17 to hit with the bite.
I'm just sorry, double checking. Because don't the Echo Shard gauntlets give me some sort of...
They don't give you any AC.
No, okay. Then yes, that hits.
Okay. And then that would be for 6 points of piercing and 10 points of cold.
Can you swap it around?
10 points of cold damage.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Yeah, 10 points of cold damage.
No, I was
6
just
points of piercing.
I was just saying swap it around because the higher one I would. It's fine.
Okay, they're from the same damage source, but
yeah, no, I know.
Totally good. So, that is it for its turn, because that's all that it could do. Next up is the ice troll that is near Cori. So Cori, you are also going to be taking some frozen damage. So that's 12 points of cold damage onto you. And
I
then
think you mean 6.
Shit.
Aha! Resistance.
Awesome. Then it's going to try and bite and claw you.
Okay, I resist less of that.
Okay. So, does a 19 hit?
No!
Okay.
Bounces off her shield. Ha-cha!
Okay, then a 17 is going to miss, but a 24 will hit with its second claw attack. So,
yes, it will.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Okay, 18 succeeds. You are going to be taking 14 points of slashing damage and then 13 points of cold. Half that to 7. Or
do I have it again?
No, because that was with your protection spell. Is the 13 gets halved, right? To 7?
Did I succeed
6.
my
Yeah, you succeeded.
save or?
Yeah.
Okay. And the 13 was already halved from the...
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Great. Awesome. Wonderful.
All right, so Gwen. It is your go. You still have one of these trolls, like, in a grab. Are you going to luchador, like, just throw him off into the wilderness?
No, I'm going to try and throw him at one of the creatures.
Okay.
One of the salamanders.
Okay, one of these salamanders is looking significantly worse for wear compared to the other.
Okay, question. Do these salamanders look hungry or like they're with these guys?
Make an insight check? Insight or animal handling?
It's a 1 either way. I'm going to throw it at him and see if he eats it.
Sure.
All right. Just a athletics check
Yes.
to yeet. All right. Calm down, dice. That's only an 18.
So an 18. This creature is a large-sized creature. You are small. So
I'm medium, thank you. Technically.
Technically. So you aren't able to really like get a good lift off for him. So it's not like you're using a creature as an improvised weapon against another creature. But you do manage to launch him at least towards the frost salamander. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to attack the other guy.
Okay.
Who's standing next to me.
That
Recklessly.
That would be the other ice troll that is currently on Cori.
Yes, that one. How is a... I'm sorry, am I at plus 12 right now? No, don't go to spells. Yes, so that is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Cool. And that, I'm going to re-roll that. It's an 18 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to manifest an echo by Arjhan.
Sounds good.
Salamarn!
Yeah, and she is like standing on this snow and just sort of like keenly looking around with her own ghostly version of the Runtax.
Arjhan like Scooby-Doo jumps as soon as Salamarn appears next to him. I am scared of some ghosts.
All right, so next up is the set of frost salamanders. Now, as we found out last turn, they do have a vulnerability to fire. However, the salamanders also do have another ability, which is when they take fire damage, their breath weapon automatically recharges. So, Caelum, as you have bamfed onto the backside of one, it just sort of curls and twists around. So that way you are within its cone once again. I need everybody to make some saving throws. This is going to be a con save.
21.
20.
Or 25 if I'm still in Cori's.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah.
Got a 13.
I got a 12.
Okay, so Arjhan and Caelum, you succeed. Cori and Gwen, you fail. On a failure, you will take 57 points of cold damage.
That is exactly enough to put me down.
Okay.
Well, I resist it.
So you take half.
So I take 28 points of damage, which is exactly enough to put me down.
Absorb elements.
But see, if I don't absorb elements, then I get to stay at 69 hit points. And I save a spell slot to heal somebody, because, hey, I can heal.
What was the damage?
The damage was 57 in total.
So half of that. DM, can I take 5 points less damage so that I can be at 69 as well?
No.
Damn it.
Not this time. So there are still the ice trolls, and the last of the frost salamanders is going to roil up towards you, Arjhan. And it is going to unleash a series of claws and bites out towards you. As you are still standing after its compatriot had attempted to strike out towards you. So that is does a 18 hit?
No.
Okay. Does a less than 18 hit? Probably not. So then does a 27 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and this will be with one of their claws for a total of 10 points of piercing damage. And then its last claw attack is a 23
That will hit.
for 9 points of piercing damage. As it begins just sort of like trying to dig into you. So next up, Arjhan. Arjhan, Cori, and Gwen are both down, currently covered in this frosty ice. What are you doing?
I am immediately going to where Gwen is, which means I will probably take an attack of opportunity from the Frost Salamander.
That's okay. It missed.
And with a 3rd level spell, I would like to cast Cure Wounds. Oh dear. You get 18.
And that was on Gwen?
Yeah.
18 hit points?
18 hit points. That's the best I got.
Okay.
Yeah, for my bonus action, I would like to vanish. Wait. Yeah, I would like to use Nature's Veil to vanish.
Okay. Then next up, Caelum.
He turns to Cori in the snow and draws a symbol in Language of the Lost. He just whispers, "Rise, Eladrin," and casts a healing word, Overcharged. She's getting back 34.
That's
Grave
a lot for a
Cleric.
healing word.
Grave Cleric, you get max.
All right.
And then he's going to turn on the... How hurt is this thing looking?
This one's looking pretty fucking injured.
Does a 27 hit as I cast Firebolt?
Yeah.
That's 3 10s for 30.
That's pretty good. It had 15, so because of the vulnerability, it would have taken 60 from a cantrip. But thankfully, it's dead. No longer a threat. And you just watch as its body sort of like, as this bolt hits it, it just begins to melt away. There aren't any like vitals or guts or anything like that inside of this creature. It just seems to dissipate.
That would be kind of bad. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. I don't have the action economy for it. It would have been funny.
So you've actioned, bonus actioned. And then next up, Cori. Cori, you have just heard a spooky language give you 34 hit points back.
Yeah, that's a real gift. Where's Gwen?
Gwen is looking chilly and frazzled, but still kicking.
Yeah, but where is she compared to me?
Like 5 feet away from you.
Oh, that's great. Lay on hands. You get the lot, 70.
Did you pre-click, or are you going to do it now?
I'll do it now. And then I will, well, I've already used my face step. I'm going.
It's like playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. I'm gonna vow of enmity on one of the trolls.
Okay. Sounds good. The troll that was thrown or the other boy that had been hit with a fiery spell?
Which one just attacked me?
It
wasn't the one that was thrown, was it?
No.
Okay, then yes. The one that I was engaged with.
Okay.
It'd be rude to leave.
Sounds good. Next up.
Just healing Gwen and.
Okay, so next up is one of the trolls. And as they stand up from where Gwen has thrown them, they will look over and see Caelum standing by himself next to the remains of the other, of the fallen frost salamander. And it is just going to try and rush towards you. And as it does...
Does it enter my threatened area?
It does indeed enter a threatened area.
Reaction.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Nevermore at 7th level coming at him. 48 points of force damage.
Okay. As he takes a sizable blast, and then he is going to try and bite and claw out towards you, undeterred by the damage. That is a 22 to hit.
Just a hit.
Okay. And then that is for, with the, this would be a bite for 8 points of piercing and 8 points of cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then a natural 20 on the claw. I need you to make a constitution save.
Boy, howdy. 20, good?
Yep, 20's fine. So you are going to be taking 17 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 points of cold. And then it's going to make a second claw against you. It tried. It really did. That was an 11. So the claw does nothing. The claws, it does nothing. And that is it for its turn. Next up is the heavily damaged ice troll. That is next to you, Cori, and Gwen. And Cori, as you have just made like the I'm looking at you, troll. Troll's like, all right, and then goes to try and fight you back. You've made an aggressive, you've bared your teeth at this monkey, and it is willing to throw down its life for this. That is a 17, so it is not able to bite you. And then that is another natural 20 with the claw. Blom, 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 blom. Make a constitution save.
Okay. You take so long to roll. That's a 25.
Okay, so a 25, you are fine on that. So that is going to be for 17 points of slashing damage. And then 16 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Okay. So that is it for its turn. Next up, Gwen.
Gwen pops out of the snow like a fucking daisy. And I would like to rage because I dropped out of my rage.
Okay.
Mark that off. 2 attacks at this boy. That's a 27.
Okay.
And to hit, and a 21 to hit.
Yeah, both those hit, and you're attacking the more weakened-looking one that was in front of you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 2. Not that much better. 27 damage total.
Okay. On the first hit? Or that was
total.
Oh, okay, total.
Both hits.
Gotcha. So
It's 13 and 14.
Gotcha. So he went down on the first hit,
Okay.
attack. So standing before you, there is one more ice troll and another frost salamander. Which one would you prefer your second attack be going towards?
The salamander.
Okay, and then that one was for 14?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge and get this bee. 2 more attacks. 28 and a nat 20.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so the first attack, let me just do this. The first attack is a 19 damage.
Okay.
On critical, I get an extra dice. Let me pull out. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for another d12. Oh boy. Okay. So that's 12, 22, 27 plus 10, so 37 damage.
Holy shit.
Gwen is not happy.
Gwen is not happy, and this creature is not dead yet.
Ah!
And it is its turn.
I yell at it.
It did not use its breath weapon last turn. So it is going to rear back. It cannot see Arjhan. Arjhan, did you end up moving when you were invisible, or did you just invisible stay where you were?
I probably just like popped on the other side of Gwen, so I'm probably still in this.
Okay, so I need everybody to make another Constitution save.
22.
Success.
D&D Beyond the fuck. Plus 4 is 16.
23.
11.
Okay, so Cori, you and Gwen are going to be taking the full amount of damage once again. Arjhan, you and Caelum are only going to be taking half. The total number is 47.
Down.
Can I use my spirit shield on Caelum?
What is the wording
look
for
it up.
Spirit Shield?
Let me pull it up. That's the echo. I have so many. Spirit shield. Begin at 6th level. The guardian spirit aids you, can provide supernatural protection to those you defend. If you are raging and another creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage,
Okay.
you can use a reaction to reduce it by 2d6. When you reach a certain levels, this class, you can reduce the damage by more, 3d6, at 10th level, which I am. Okay.
Is that 10th level over? Yeah, that'd be 10th level overall, because that's cantrip leveling. Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm 10 levels in Barbarian at this point.
Okay.
Right?
Well, yeah, you're fine. But
All right. 5 plus... So 10. Minus 10.
Caelum takes 1.
I'm sorry, what was the total damage?
47.
Cool. And this is ice, right?
This is ice. This is cold. All right, so Gwen, how are you looking? Still up?
I'm still up. I have 41.
Okay. Arjhan, you still up?
Mm-hmm.
Cori, you still up? Okay, so...
I'm super down. I had 4 hit points.
All right, so Cori once again goes down in the snow. Next up, Arjhan. Arjhan, you can see that there is a very wounded-looking frost salamander and an ice troll that is currently up aggressing on Caelum. He just seems to be shrugging off these icy breaths without any real difficulty.
Arjhan reappears on top of Cori. You get 15. That's the best I can do with my ranger self.
Listen, it gives me a turn. That's all I need.
Arjhan will use Nature's Veil one more time to go invisible, and he's going to maneuver himself on the other side of the enemies.
Okay.
To try and get a better shot in their back.
Gotcha. Next up, Caelum. Caelum, you got an icy troll in front of you, and then there's also the frost salamander that Gwen is currently laying into.
Cast Steel Wind Strike from Flutter.
Okay.
That is 5 force damage to him, but To the frost troll, a 19
Yeah, that'll hit.
for anytime. 33 points of force damage.
Okay,
He teleports to the salamander for a 24
that'll hit.
for... Oh, no, I'm lagging. 33 points of force damage.
They had 8. So what does the finishing blow on this creature look like?
Did I kill the frost troll too?
No, the frost troll, the ice troll is still up, but the salamander is gone.
Flutter is in his hand, and he hucks it at the salamander. And as he does so, Caelum basically flies after the spear. He knees the frost troll in the face. And as he continues on, it is a crescent, like full moon slash against the salamander's head. And then he will spin in the air and land on the other side.
Nice. I'm here for that shit. All right. So, next up, Cori.
Is this the frost troll that I put my vow of enmity on?
No,
All right.
that one died.
Cool. She will run over to the frost troll and take a couple of swings at him.
Okay.
Swing number 1 is a natural 20.
Okay.
For a 31 to hit. Well, first of all, let's do some slashing damage. Sorry, D&D Beyond's taking its sweet time. 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I am going to put a go big or go home. Let's make it a 4th level. A 4th level smite. Here comes 12d8.
That's a number.
It just 48 damage, radiant damage.
Okay, it had 12. So it is fair to say that this blow single-handedly just drops this ice troll. Your group does know that with ice trolls, they will start regenerating, but I feel like cantrip firebolt is a very easy way to solve that problem once they have all dropped.
It's just like spear tip into a frost troll, firebolt into it. Walks over to the next frost troll, spear tip, firebolt.
Oh yeah, it is very easy to claim these kills, and you are all out of combat. Your breath is just like coalescing into the air in front of you, just hanging there in the cold.
Why was that so difficult?
Yeah, that wasn't good. If that was Cypress, I think it wouldn't have been good. We need to rest.
Would we like build a fort?
I can call a conference room for a small amount of time, but
We can't sleep there.
no.
I feel like Cori would have received Caelum training on how to do this.
Yeah.
She'll go and start digging a snow cave.
Okay. Make a survival check.
I can assist.
Okay.
I have +8.
All right, I will roll twice then. My first one's an 18. The other one's slightly better at a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to start the process of building a snow cave. Are you doing it like still close to where you guys are at, or are you traveling for another set while and then doing this?
Like, just confirm what the safest place to do this is. I mean, like, we've already killed some things here. Like, we've already cleared the immediate area. Maybe this is okay. I don't know.
Visibility is also pretty low right now because of this active blizzard that you guys are walking through.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as things that you can see, you've cleared them.
Great.
Can we eat these things?
Trolls? Or yes, you can definitely eat a troll. Should you eat a troll is another question entirely.
Right, but the other things.
The salamanders, their bodies are melting like they were made of slush. So again, there's not really food bits on them. You have a never-ending berry pouch if you're looking for food.
I want meat, Indoor.
Oh,
I want meat.
You got rations.
I want warm meat.
I'm scared.
Ma'am.
Hey, I could say it worse. I'm choosing not to.
Let's not. Let's Knights in the Courtyard on that one. Thankfully, you guys are able to properly make a snow cave. You're guessing that it would probably be safer to do it like 30 minutes or so away, at least from where you were at, just to make sure that in case anything is a scavenger out in these lands, that they aren't going to be coming looking for these now fresh bodies. And it takes to build a snow cave that will be large enough for you and your companions in the middle of a blizzard with a 21 will take close to about an hour of time to properly make sure that it is well fortified, that it's not going to cave in on you while you are all resting, and still have an exit. As one of the hardest parts about making snow caves in an active blizzard is watching the blizzard cover up your only form of escape in this kind of situation. So you kind of have to be on watches to scoop that out, make sure that you're not just going to get entombed by the landscape itself. But you are able to do this thing.
So
You take a nap?
we taking a long rest?
Yes, please.
Long rest would be best.
Okay, so a long rest. And then you guys doing watches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is the watch order?
We are being raided.
Lantern Noir, thank you for the raid.
Hello.
Hello.
You sexy vampire, you.
Cori will take the first watch.
Okay.
Wood will also take the first watch.
All right. So Cori and Gwen are on first watch. Caelum and Arjhan are currently resting. And are you two making any like conversation while you're on watch? You're in a small snow cave, or is it just like it's your turn to clear out the opening? And then like you're just sort of like you're very curt with each other.
It's a lot of that. Cori also is making plans for the future. She's like, we've learned something from this. I'll do more preparation this time. I'll make sure that I've cast aid on at least 3 of us, and I will, I'll also cast protection from energy on myself. I wonder if I should try and go into summer form.
You okay?
No. But I'm trying to be.
Right. Well, like, so I didn't want to say anything before, but like your plan about fighting Cypress is kind of more like an outline and less of like a plan. So
All right.
I think maybe you should think about it more, because like, yes, fight and kill, that's all good, but like,
We don't know exactly what to expect from him.
right.
When you fought him before, there were lots of copies of him, yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, what can we do about that?
Explode it.
I could cast a locate object and find out which one's the real one.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Yep, that's a good idea. Okay. Is he a spellcaster?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of magic does he use?
Do you have to ask?
As a blizzard rages on outside.
I know that he uses. I understand that he uses like ice magic, but like what else? What else does he have?
He's also a master swordsman. Better than I ever was.
Okay. So, do you think we should focus him on casting or fighting with a sword?
Both. You and I, if we can get on either side of him, we can lock down his spells.
Yeah. If he tries to cast a spell while I'm close to him, I'm gonna fucking chop his knee off.
Caelum can counterspell him.
Mm-hmm.
Arjhan can provide covering fire. He's definitely going to have backup.
Uh-huh.
And if any of us go down, I believe all of us but you have healing capabilities. We'll have to make sure that you have potions.
I have one.
Double check and see how many I have.
While you're doing that, Floofy Girl 1981, thank you for the follow.
Yay!
Woo!
Yes, I have 2 potions. We'll have to make sure that everybody has at least 1 potion. That's the safest way to do it, is to make sure that everybody has a potion on them. You can pick it off them, pop it in.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, see, this is better. This is a better plan. We're coming up with things. All right, what else? Okay, so he's got an army of snowmen, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so fire magic, right? That'd be really good. The Sun Forger is probably my best bet.
Yes.
If we need to keep him on his toes, I can pop around, and so can Arjhan. Uh-huh.
He can also face step. He's an Eldrin.
Oh, shit. What does his do?
Fear. But if you stay near me, you will have nothing to fear.
I don't fear anything anyways. I'll be
Exactly.
fine.
You'll be fine.
All right. Okay. Cool. He's not going to be in his right mindset, right? He's being controlled by this creature.
Yes.
Do you think we can confuse him?
Possibly.
Okay. So maybe you can reach out to him and try and be like, hey, don't fight me. You're my best friend.
I will try.
Okay.
As the two of you are figuring out a plan for the upcoming fight with Cypress, and I would think that it would be Cori's turn to kind of like brush the snow away from the exit way out of your snow cave. You hear something, and it is something so horribly out of place in the area that you are currently in. It is a voice that you remember connected to somebody that you care very deeply for. And you hear, "Coriander!" over the sound of the blizzard. And it sounds very, very similar to Oliviette's voice. And then she calls out again.
Cori just stares off into the snow.
Gwen, you hear it too. It's not just like Cori's deeper inner feelings hearing this.
Did you hear that?
You're hearing the same thing, right?
Was that Oliviette?
Calls out again.
Afraid of.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna manifest Grayskull
Okay.
and like peek out the hole and send him out. Try to figure out the direction and then send him out 30 feet.
After you manifest and are trying to figure out the direction, you hear the name call out for or you hear Oliviette call out for Coriander, but this time it is cut short. And you hear what sounds like snow breaking.
Did you say snow breaking?
Yes.
Can I insight check this?
Yes, you can. Or a nature check would also work.
Okay. That's sus. I have advantage on insight checks to determine deception.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ring of Worth. Rife.
You will not actually get advantage on this.
Oh, okay. I hate that. I hate that a lot. A 16.
Okay. Cori, that sound is ingrained familiar with you. You've heard that sound before. That same sound is what led you to die the first time.
Did I at least get a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Cori's gonna sprint out into the snow.
Oh boy, no, she's not. Can I grapple, Cori?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Oh boy. Feel much better when I have advantage. How's a 19?
Just wait for good old this guy to finish rolling forever. 22.
Fuck.
Yeah, so Gwen, as you are trying to wrestle Cori, Cori's immediate response is to just rush headlong out into the blizzard to the source of that noise. And Grayskull is also... Yeah, Grayskull's like out in the snow as well. You hear, like, he was like kind of chuckling, laughing to himself, like, "Oh, it's snowing, yay!" And then, like...
I fucking love this man.
And then, like, seeing that, like, danger situation is happening, like, he goes to try and impose himself between you, Cori.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets an attack of opportunity if you pass
he
him.
would also try and wrestle you.
Yeah.
Okay, she's just gonna, try and get past him.
25.
Goddamn, you can't stop me. Oh, I also got a 25.
Okay.
What happens now?
Roll
Wait.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll up. It's only a 21.
Okay, well, this time it's a 27.
Fuck!
Yeah,
Arjhan,
so
do you ever wonder why we're put on this earth?
Grayskull is like sifting, like trying to get you, Cori, and then you just sidestep, take a quick swivel around him, run past. Gwen, you do not have a very good idea as to the direction that Cori is going in. The blizzard is still on. And you know that you have a small opening to a snow cave directly behind you where two of your friends are currently sleeping.
Boy, howdy. Just a second. I am going to see if I have anything that I can put in the snow to mark where this is.
I could just hang around here.
Yeah, well, not if I go more than 30 feet.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna grab a bottle, and then I'm gonna put the ever-burning torch in the bottle so that it is on top of the snow, so it's not like burning the snow, but it is a marker.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to... I guess I'm going to yell into the tunnel, "Cori's off doing something shit!" and then run.
Jordan, thank you so much for the 2 subs. 1 to GGK and 1 for yourself. So, Arjhan and Caelum, both of you make perception checks as Gwen just yells into this cave.
Get out
10.
of your mind. 13.
Arjhan is still sleepy. Caelum, like, there is a spot deep inside you now, especially after the revelation with Shar, when you hear Cori's off doing some shit again. Your eyes, like, immediately open up. And you look over and Arjhan's, like, still resting, but your other 2 friends are not in the hole.
Caelum grabs a fistful of snow and then just, like, pushes it against Arjhan's tail.
Arjhan, that wakes you up.
so cold.
Mecha
Mecca,
Spider,
thank you
thank
so
you so much
much.
for the sub.
Love you, Mecca.
Why? Why my Tootsie?
The Eladrin is doing Eladrin things.
Fuck. Yeah, Arjhan activates.
Okay. Okay, so Gwen, you hear your friends immediately stirring when you yell this. Do you begin just like trudging off after Cori, or are you just like watching her footprints in the snow as she's just like sprinting off?
I feel like I'm going to tell them, stay put. Stay near the torch. Otherwise, we're all going to get lost. And Cori's going to run, or Gwen's going to run in the direction that Cori went.
Okay, Gwen, make a survival check.
Caelum's going to just turn to Arjhan and just say, go with her. I'll stay here.
I go with her.
Okay.
I didn't get
That's
a long
17.
rest, did I?
No.
I have 27 hit points.
Wait, we didn't get short rests?
You would have gotten a short rest, just not a long rest.
17.
Excuse me while I roll 14 dice.
Okay. So, Cori, you are running off in the direction that you heard this calling of your name, followed by an incredible breaking sound. And as you're running, you can feel your heart just pounding in your chest as you go, until eventually you almost don't even see it. But thankfully, you know what you're looking out for. And you arrive at this thing. And as you see it, like a scar upon your journey, since having come to the material plane, you can see a crevasse in this blanketed landscape with a set of footprints from the other side that look as though they led right to the edge. As you look down the crevasse, you see what looks like a small, flickering pinprick of light. It must be hundreds of feet down beneath the surface of the ice and snow, and the opening in the ice seems to greet you with the warmth and candor of a predator about to sink its teeth into its prey as you feel a slight tug from your necklace. And without a doubt, you know that winter, your winter, rests at the bottom of this broken expanse.
Holy shit.
What do you do?
How far down is it?
It must be several hundred feet down. You feel like you could possibly climb down. It would be difficult, but you could try.
All right. She's going to climb.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Dice don't fail me now. My dice have failed me. 13.
Okay. It is just enough. So as you are scaling down, like your fingers begin to slip and slide, and it's very difficult to try and really like sink your fingers into this ice wall. But thankfully, you were able to scale precariously down, and the overall process takes maybe about 10 minutes to actually begin scaling down. And when you are about 30, 40 feet away from the bottom, you can see on either side of where you are just sheer ice walls that extend up to the opening above, and you see that there is still that blizzard going on. And once you reach the bottom, you see that faint pinprick of light is just resting ever so faintly, holding itself above what looks like a pile of snow. And everything illuminated in this crevasse is illuminated by what you assume is your season. But above this pile of snow and in it, you see something warm and red that you have worn before, usually on a ship. You see a captain's coat.
She approaches.
And as you approach, you feel a twin presence behind you. Behind you, to your left, you feel the staggered, ever-shifting presence of the decaying Queen of Ravens. And behind you on your right, you can feel the presence of the Night Mother. They are not physically there, but you can feel them. They are watching you expectantly.
Is Olivia there?
As you brush away the snow, she is there. But she looks older than you remember her. She has scars on her face that you don't remember seeing. Her hair is now past her shoulders. And she is clutching something so tightly in her hand. And it looks like a weathered letter.
It's too late. She can't revivify her.
That is correct. However, with the presence of the Raven Queen behind you, with the presence of Shar behind you, with this moat of Eladrin's seasonal ability floating precariously next to you, the winds howling above, it's almost like it's coming off of a whisper. A whisper that you have heard now twice. And this whisper asks, very calmly, very gently, quietly even, will you take up the mantle?
Of course.
And Cori, as you say this, you feel both of these entities behind you smile as the moat of winter draws near. And there is a moment that you remember what you did with Caelum when he died, how Olivia had given up her abilities in order to bring him back to life. As this moat draws near, you feel like there is some part of you that could recreate the events that happened there with this woman who is currently in your arms. But in doing so, you would give up your winter season permanently.
In a heartbeat.
And as you take the moat and bring it down into Oliviette, the presence of the Raven Queen, the feeling that you get back is that of scorn. From what you can feel, there is almost like you have just thrown your hands up in the face of the quest that she has sent you on in its final moments. There is a sense of joy that comes from Shar as you do this. And the small voice, this tiny voice that asked if you would take up the mantle, speaks to you and says, "Then you have truly followed in their footsteps." And that golden outline that had encompassed you while you were in the illustrious fortress returns as you move this mote of blue flame into Oliviette's body. And it is no longer a thin outline. It has grown to now being an aura around you. And as you do, your vision is encompassed by this golden light. And you gain memories. Memories that are not yours, but are yours. You remember being a young man in the Feywild back when times were different. Back before any of the seasons had been reclaimed. You and your 4 adventuring companions had set out to do the thing that you felt was necessary to claim the Feywild. To claim them for the elves, to create a home for your people. You remember forming an alliance with Rythe to convince this large primordial creature to allow itself to reside within a ring. You remember having to best Pralnoth in a contest of strength to show them that you were truly capable of holding their power and using it in a way that wouldn't be disrespectful to them and theirs. In spring, you remember entering into an agreement, a pact, almost like a warlock would, but very different at the time, that you would do your best to promote life and equality for everything. And you remember how hard you tried on how many different occasions to convince Vinru that there was a different way, that you could live in harmony. And time again, Vinru told you no, until eventually blows came to blows. There is no part of you that was joyous in putting Vinru in the urn of binding. But it needed to be done. Many other memories flash by, but the most prominent one is you remember sitting on a bench in a small white space as ducks floated by in a river. And you remember tossing out these small bits of bread to feed these ducks as a young girl who did not know her destiny sat next to you. And with a heart full of joy, claimed that they were ready to take on whatever difficulties they had coming in front because they believed in what you were. And the last thing that you remember of that girl was letting her know they used to call me Cori too. And as your vision comes back, you see Oliviette's chest begins to move and begins to beat. And as it does, she fades in this golden light as well. And as she dissipates, her eyes just seem to flutter open for a brief moment and lock eyes with yours. What does she see before she disappears?
Oh God, I don't know. What does she see?
What is Cori's expression?
There are tears streaming down her face, but she gives her a reassuring smile at the last moment.
And Oliviette says in that final moment, "I said I would give anything to see you smile again." And she pats your cheek for just a brief moment and then seems to dissipate in a almost like flock of golden butterflies. Like, this is not a death thing. She seems to just be disappearing. That is what is happening on the inside of this crevasse. Arjhan, you and Gwen, you probably like football carrying Gwen as you fly.
Probably
through this blizzard.
faster. Oh, flying.
I fly. I don't fly nearly as fast as Gwen runs.
Gotcha. So as you are both making your way in the direction where you think Cori went, there is a moment where you lose these footprints and you have to spend some time searching. And then not 100, 200 feet away from where you are, there is this golden glow that just seems to emerge up from the ground. And you can see the outline of this crevasse that had formed in the earth.
The fuck is this now?
Oh gods. I mean, we're looking.
Yeah. And Caelum, even from where you are, you can still see that faint golden glow on the horizon. And Arjhan, you and Gwen are able to get to the edge of the crevasse and look down, and you see Cori kneeling down next to a pile of snow as this golden light seems to emanate from her. And the last thing that you hear, Cori, and this comes from somewhere deep, that same small, quiet voice that had called to you before, that had allowed you to see these memories. Winter is inevitable. For the blistering heat of summer, there is a frigid cold waiting to howl. Joy exists only as a foil to the pains of hardships. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and join
What the
us
fuck?
for this wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons. We won't be able to play next week because someone's going to be out of town. So hey, we got a whole week to process ourselves some trauma. What better way to do that? What a great time. But I always have a great time whenever my friends are playing this wonderful game with me. Hey, speaking of those wonderful people, RJ, where can we find you? What do you don't drink that? Not on stream. Nights in the Courtyard for that bad boy. Where can we find you and what do you do?
I wasn't going to. I was joking. I swear I was. Scout's honor. Anyway, hey everybody, I'm RJ, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things and also stream sometimes video games with my friends. Not this week, though. I'll be out of town. You can catch me here, of course, on Mondays as Caelum, the Shadowkai Wizard Cleric. Starting up in February, you can catch myself and Cyberwolf Connor 1201 over at Open for Adventures, where we're playing a sand campaign. I already said what kind of character I'm playing. Connor can take it away from there. But also, I won't be on Thursday. I won't be on Saturday. This is gonna be an easy week for me. But I'll always tweet out when I'm going live. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and this is Krieg. He's a fat boy. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitch. This week, I am streaming tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm going to stream yet. I got a new game, but also I kind of just want to chill and play Dead by Daylight because, like, I could use a break. And then I'll be on GGK. We're playing a new system called Something East of Eden? Something like that. Wednesday night, I don't have anything. Thursday, I'm going to be playing on Nerd Immersion's channel while running through Baldur's Gate. I'm learning that I like to click things. Not always in the good way. There's a clip of me going, wait, should I not have clicked on that? And then everything blew up. So it's going great.
Was it in the first room?
Yeah, in the tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then you can catch me on GGK on Sunday night doing Slang 101, which is going to be very interesting because I'm going to be next to people IRL. So weird. Check my Twitter for all my stuff and DanaeKeener.com.
Boy, I'm Cyber. You can find my stuff at cyberwolf1.live. It's got links to my Twitter, my Twitch. I'm still playing Mario RPG and trying to get swole by doing a whole bunch of push-ups. And you can follow along at home too. I've got a YouTube where all those archives go. I got another YouTube and podcast that I do with Kyle with an N, where we get drunk and do parkour and talk about stuff. Last episode, really good. We might do another one pretty soon. I don't know. Whenever we feel like it. But the first 3 months of 2021 have been kind of rough, so we might need a little bit. Check out Jabroni TV. It's got lots of cool people doing lots of cool things. So eventually we'll start posting more stuff on our YouTube, maybe. RPG stuff. Yeah. So I'm here on Mondays. I'm also here on Thursdays, DMing the Tyrant Security game. We're about to go into a casino, and get a piece of really powerful artifact that other people are after. And y'all just, I'll give a little spoiler. Last game, y'all remember the big dragon that we built, or that I built? They got to use it. And they wrecked 2 airships with it very quickly. It was great. So yeah, they're doing that on a Tuesday that I don't know. It's not tomorrow. It's definitely not going to be next week. Maybe after that. I don't know. I'll be on High Shelf Gaming playing Werewolf the Apocalypse as a yoga instructor werewolf who definitely needs therapy, and I'm very hopeful that he'll get some pretty soon. And then the show on O for A just got announced. RJ and I are both in it. I'm gonna be playing a roguey sort of character, so that's gonna be fun. We'll see what we'll get up to in the sandbox. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. I'm running Rhyme of Frostmaiden on Sundays, so come and see how that's going. We're going to be finally wrapping up RJ's role as a guest there. He was supposed to be there for like maybe 1 or 2 sessions, and then we got sidetracked. So, but yeah, we're going to get that figured out. Go and check it out. It's a lot of fun. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have anything that you would like to ask either myself or any of these other fine folk, such as, what the fuck did I just get done watching? Hey, guess what? Join us in Nights in the Courtyard. We will do our best to respond in kind. But with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!